And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 21. Down to the wire, people. It's almost down to the last episode for next week, season finale. And this episode, way better than last week. Last week's I completely hated. There were a lot of I really hated that episode so much. It was so bothered me so much. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. So if you haven't seen tonight's episode, big spoiler. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that because a lot of things have been happening here in this episode. So as we all know, Cicada from the future now has a bomb that Caitlin's father created when he was still Icicle. She combined it with the dagger so she could try to make I guess a meta get rid of, nuke, pretty much. A basic bomb to basically use the dagger's power to go throughout the entire city to wipe out every meta that's there. Whoever they are, no matter if they're good, bad, whatever. They're all their powers will suck them dry and poof, dead. So Barry and the team literally need to stop her once and for all. While that's all happening, they have decided to let Caitlin, Joe, Cecile pretty much tell the police station, the police to like, hey, let's make this our little headquarters so we can give people who want the cure. So basically going in for a flu shot, but instead of that, you go in there to take away your powers. So chaos happens there. You know how a lot of people who are desperate people to get cures kind of panics a little bit. You have Joe in a couple of moments of the episode where he's kind of like feels overwhelmed due to the fact that he's kind of in charge now. He's the new top guy. So we got to see some moments of Joe pretty much like breaking down a little bit. So that was pretty cool. We got to see Nora try to get into Cicada's head, or Alice's head, and try to figure out where she's going, where she's at. And we do figure out where she's at because if you pay attention to it, you see the flash moments of where she is. And then we find out she goes to the police station. The team goes there to try to stop her, which they do. And even before all of this even happens, the beginning of the episode literally starts with the time clock running out on Reverse Flash. And he's about to be executed. Like, goodbye, sayonara, nice knowing you. But I'll get to that at the end because that big reveal at the end was crazy. Because even in the moment of the episode where we see Ralph try to figure out about the whole time travel and the whole why did Nora team up with Reverse Flash in the first place? Why would he all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'll help you find your dad. Sure, no problem. Be like that instead of finding a way to fight Cicada. So we got to see that. That was pretty interesting. Got to see Iris kind of do some stuff in this episode. But I'll rant on that next week, and I can't wait to do that because a lot of ranting I have to do about that because this whole season with her, I'm not gonna get into it anyway. So yeah, like I said, interesting episode. They kind of do stop Cicada because she does have the daggers, but apparently it was all a ploy. Apparently she doesn't even need the daggers. She was blasting everybody with her hands. Apparently she has the power of the daggers in her hands. How? No idea. But that was pretty interesting. Cool little surprise. She kind of beat the holy heck out of everybody, even Caitlin. That was hard to watch. I'm a huge Daniela Panaviga fan, so that was hard to see her go down really hard. Anyway, so we got to see that, and then of course Cisco disarms the bomb, setting pretty much everybody happy that they stopped Cicada, and then out of nowhere it bounces to the future where we're about to see Erebor Thawne get executed, and then we see one of the daggers, like the future dagger, he's holding it or it's in his chest somehow, and it literally just cuts right there. So, like I said, that's a crazy theory. How did that even happen? Who knows? How does he even get possession of it? We'll probably find out next week. My guess, he had it the whole time, and he just never told anybody. He just tucked it away inside his chest. Maybe he vibrated inside his chest and just kept it there. Who knows? Maybe this is a way for him to get out of prison. Because we all know he's going to be at the end of the episode. Either the very end of next week's episode to set up the next season, or the whole episode in general. So that's going to be interesting to see. But seeing him at the end pretty much making everybody look like a fool and playing the piano on everybody, because I'm telling you, Reverse Flash, I don't know how he does it. This man's a genius. This guy is ridiculous how smart he is. He's not in the level as Lex Luthor. That's a totally different situation. Go watch Supergirl for that, because that guy's beyond creepy and psychotic with his mind. Anyway, things in this episode seem with Reverse Flash is basically manipulating everybody. Was he really using Iris? Sorry, Nora? Perhaps, but or is she using everybody else and she knew his plan the whole time? We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But either way, the episode was cool. Really sets it up for next week, because just seeing Erebon do his thing is awesome. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and what do you think is Erebon's true plan? Obviously, his plan, one of his main plans is probably to get out of prison, because he doesn't want to get executed, right? So that has to be one of his main reasons, but he has to have another goal in mind. Maybe he wants to kill Cicada. Maybe he wants to use the power of Cicada to use it, the dagger, to get rid of the Flash. Million ways that can be true. I can be completely way off, which I probably am way off, and he has another goal in mind and I'm not even thinking about it. But it's crazy. It's very crazy to think about that, because it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next week. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much and have a good day.